Hi Adam, my name's Theresa. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what brings you in today?
Oh, it's a real long story, but I'm thinking about reconnecting with some of my family who I haven't talked to in eons. And I suppose it's just, there's this huge history, and it's hard to go through the motions of, you know, thinking about the pluses and minuses of it. So, you know, maybe I'm interested in seeing a counselor because they can help me realize whether I should or shouldn't, or and yeah.
So it sounds like you kind of have some conflicting feelings about maybe some reasons why you do want to reach out to your family and some reasons that are kind of preventing you from
Absolutely.
reaching out with them?
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that are preventing you from reestablishing some relationships?
Well, I guess one of the major things has been so long since I've talked to some of them. So it's kind of weird, you know? It'd be kind of weird to pick up the phone and call somebody I haven't talked to in a long time.
Yeah.
And then there's also the reasons of why I haven't talked to them. The issues of, you know, when you grow up and some of the things that took place, and you're angry, and I don't know if it's really even worth it, or if I should even go down that road.
Okay.
So, I mean, is that something you can help me out with, do you think?
We can definitely talk about it, and we can, you know, explore some of the options about what you might feel like you're ready to do. And so it sounds like you're kind of concerned about it being a little bit awkward. And then sounds like there's some things in the past that haven't really been resolved or dealt with. So, earlier you talked about, like, it's been quite a while, so what exactly is the time frame? Years? Months?
Years.
Years? Like how many years?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah. Haven't talked to my brother in 3 years.
Well, it sounds like that must be very difficult sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it was difficult getting punched by him, too. In the face.
Yeah, that sounds... Was there something that happened that initiated kind of like the break-off of the relationship?
Well, he's a linebacker for the Calgary Stampeders, and he thinks he's a big, tough guy. So, and we always had this relationship that, you know, he was always the bigger brother and alpha male in the family, and you know, and just growing up, he was just a bully. And I guess when I became an adult, I made the decision to not communicate with him. So.
And how does that? Has something changed? Like, how does that make you feel? Like, how is that impacting your life in a certain way now?
Well, I think my life is better because of it.
So you feel like it's been a positive thing in your life then?
Yeah.
Not communicating with them?
But my mom talks to me about it, and she influences me to talk to him, but really I just don't get it. I mean, I think she understands my point of view, but it's just not something, there's just no value in it. You know what I mean?
So you
like
don't...
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you're more here because it's something that's really important to your mother, not something that's important to you?
Well, I guess the whole dynamic of the family is because of my decision not to communicate with him, and he doesn't really give a shit anyways, so it's kind of spread the family apart. And I mean, maybe a lot of it's me, you know, my issues. Maybe I should be able to handle the situation better, and I just don't know that. I mean, but it's such a negative relationship in my life to be bullied by the guy. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why take the risk of revisiting that? And you know, there's just no value in it.
Yeah, well,
I mean, to do it for my mom's sake, is that good enough? I don't know.
well, I think it's pretty courageous of you to open yourself up to the risk involved in exploring this.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, there's a lot of value. You know, you just said that you're kind of reflecting a little bit if there were things that you could do differently, and that's always really great to look at. You know, what our role in the situation was, and take responsibility for any of our actions involved.
Yeah.
So what are you hoping to, so if I understand, you haven't been talking to your brother for 3 years. It sounds like it's really affecting your family dynamic,
Yeah.
and
It might be weighing on me too.
it's weighing on you.
Yeah.
You're kind of at a point where you want to deal with it?
Or not deal with it.
Okay.
But it's probably been long enough now that I either make the decision to never communicate with the guy again, or else I gotta pick up the phone, because I know he's not picking up the phone because he doesn't give a shit.
Okay.
But you know, if we talk again, it's gonna be because of my decision to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you're thinking about giving it another try?
not seriously, but thinking about, you know, all the ingredients that led us here and what I can maybe do to make it happen and make it better for our family, and you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, it
So-
sounds like your family's really important to you, and you really value the connection with your mother.
Mhm.
For one, it sounds like your mother's pretty important to you, and you want to make sure that she's happy. And
Yeah. I guess, I mean, is it important? Is it normal to not talk to your brother? Like, do I need to talk to the guy?
well, I think that, I don't know if we want to classify it as normal or not normal, but there can definitely be reasons that are preventing you from talking to him, and that's just a decision, you know, that you have to make for yourself, and we can explore what some possibilities might be, or also just seeing what your brother's reaction might be, or you know. So you can do what you can do with what's within your control to reestablish contact if that's what you choose you want to do, and then kind of go from there.
Well, I sure like what you said there, yeah.
So
So, what method would I, do you think it's best to send him an email or telephone if I was gonna do it?
I think usually talking, if possible, even face to face, is a really great way, because sometimes there's a lot of more room for misinterpretation or misunderstandings when you're emailing, because you can't really tell the person's body language, or especially if you haven't talked for 3 years, then sometimes you don't know the person very well, and
Well, he might not recognize me.
yeah, you never know. So do you feel like you're ready to pick up the phone and maybe give them a call, or?
Certainly not quite yet, but maybe we could get there.
We could get there? Okay. So how about next week, we kind of set up a plan of what you want to talk about and how you can work through the conversation so that you guys feel like you know, your thoughts are, you've worked through your thoughts about what's important to you and why you want to reestablish contact and what's important to you in your relationship with your brother. And then
Maybe we could rehearse it. Like
Sure.
you could pretend you're my brother.
definitely, yeah, we can role play if that helps you feel more confident.
It might.
Okay, great. Thanks for coming in, Adam, and so we'll meet same time next week.
Thank you.
Okay? Okay, have a great day.
You too.